One of the star witnesses in the Rajat Gupta insider trading case, that is Lloyd Blankfein, chief executive of Goldman Sachs. He's expected to take the stand for a third day in this trial. A lot of insider trading talk going on in the courtroom, and Reed Albergati is here to break it all down for us. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
So this is an interesting case. I mean, you've got the CEO of one of the biggest banks in the world on trial, or not on trial, I'm sorry, on the stand. Rajat Gupta is on trial for
right.
allegedly insider trading, and you know, this is amazing seeing him there. What is he testifying to? We just saw pictures of it. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in the courtroom.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And Lloyd Blankfein, yeah, for the record, is not on trial here.
Yes.
He's actually a witness for the prosecution. And what prosecutors want to get him to say is basically that he was at these board meetings where all this information was discussed about earnings, about a big deal with Warren Buffett, and then all that information was confidential. No one was allowed to share that information with the outside world. And that's exactly what Rajat Gupta is accused of doing, passing information to Raj Rajaratnam, you know, who was convicted last year in an insider trading trial and sentenced to 11 years.
And how good is the evidence they have against him that they've presented so far? They're closing up their case today, it's expected. What have they presented so far that you know, they could possibly make this guy, you know, guilty of doing this?
This case is based on circumstantial evidence. It's not like the Rajaratnam trial where you had wiretapped phone conversations that really were probably enough to just convince the jury that, you know, there was insider trading going on.
No smoking gun.
There's no smoking gun. It's a circumstantial case based on a lot of documents, including phone records that show when you know, Gupta allegedly called Rajaratnam, trading records that show when the trades happened. And for the past couple of weeks, prosecutors have just been entering this evidence into the courtroom. And yesterday, they sort of put it all together. They had an FBI agent on the stand who showed that, you know, time after time, there'd be a phone call from Gupta's line to Rajaratnam's line, then there'd be a trade, and the trade would be perfectly timed to information that happened on a board meeting that Gupta was also on. So that's, you know.
Reed, in your experience, how good are juries at connecting the dots, or do they like to see a smoking gun?
In my experience, this is actually the first trial I've covered, so full disclosure here. But I have done my homework, and you know, I think insider trading cases, the public has been kind of spoiled. The Rajaratnam trial was very juicy, but historically they have been based on circumstantial evidence, and people have been convicted. I think one of the big challenges for the prosecution here is that they don't have Gupta actually getting paid directly for these alleged trades. In other insider trading cases in the past, there have been suitcases full of cash or offshore bank accounts that are hidden from the government. And in this case, it's a much more squishy thing. I mean, Gupta had a business relationship with Rajaratnam and had those trades paid off. Had he been able to redeem money from their business ventures, he would have indirectly benefited from the trades. That's sort of the argument that the prosecution's put forward.
And Reed, if we take a step back and just look at the climate right now in terms of the prosecutions that have come from any financial wrongdoings after the crisis, is there an appetite right now, you think, for juries, for people to be convicted of things? I mean, could he be caught up in this sort of moment of, you know, anti-Wall Street, anti-big financial firms, that kind of thing?
That's definitely I'm sure that's a worry for the defense. And people have sort of brought this up that, you know, juries just want to get their hands on, you know, big Wall Street players, and Gupta was certainly one of those. I mean, a very respected businessman, used to head McKinsey and Company. I don't know. I sit there and I look at this jury every day when I'm down at the courthouse, and I don't really see them, you know, frothing at the mouth to sort of convict this guy.
Well,
but you know, who knows?
They take a vow to be impartial, and you know that.
They look like a conscientious jury. They're not. There have been some very sort of, shall we say, lulls in the trial, and they seem to be paying attention, taking notes, conscientious.
Yeah, because some of this can be very difficult and you know, high-level finance, but certainly an exciting case to cover. Thanks, Reed. We appreciate it.